Hello, and thank you for joining us and learning how to operate Bassware. It's a pretty easy and streamlined software. It'll replace PTS and vendor spend. In this software, all the coding will be done on the front end. The approvals will flow through automatically, and it'll be paperless. So it will alleviate some of the current headaches you may be experiencing in the facility currently. All right, as far as general navigation, there are some key buttons featured on the home screen here. Search catalog, I will use that to view items in the catalog. Vendor punchouts, for those of you that have access to vendors such as GBS and GFS, you would utilize this button to view those vendors' online catalogs. Off catalog, that is used for creating an off catalog request, which is essentially an item that we are not manually hosting inside Bassware. Down here, you will see a box labeled as tasks. It easily identifies all tasks that require your immediate attention, such as approval, request to approve, or receiving. Once an order is placed and sent off to the vendor, you of course have to receive it. There's also another group called status. This refers to items I'm requesting, and it's just items in the shopping cart. On the top right shows user ID. There's my shopping cart next to that. Any pertinent communications inside Bassware passed along in this envelope here. And if you ever get lost, there's the home button. Takes you right back to this main page. All right, we will start by creating an order request for a catalog item. I'm going to click Browse Catalog, and I'm going to click Browse Vendor, because I know which vendor I want to use. It's easier to search this way, and I do suggest you use this way. I want to find something at Direct Supply. All right, there's a couple of thousand items actually in Direct Supply. So I'm going to filter them down to what I'm looking for. And I am looking for commode. All right, you scroll over, you see pictures, tells you the price, quantity. I'm going to click that button, add to cart. It will add to my cart. And as you can see up top, my cart, which previously had 2 items, now reflects 3 items in it. And I will also add 2 of these chairs to my cart. All right, we now have successfully navigated the vendor catalog and placed items into our shopping cart. We will now click on the shopping cart icon in the top right corner. We will view these 2 items here. We will confirm that the GL code, department, location is all correct. Now, since the user I am currently under defaults to therapy department, this may need to be changed if I'm placing an order for someone else. For the sake of this demonstration, we will leave it as is and assume that all these items will be going to physical therapy. The GL code for all items in the hosted catalog are already coded, therefore they should not require you to change or alter them in any way. Location will always default to your home location. This user, which is located in Apollo, defaults to Apollo, and the tax code does the same. All right, as I selected previously on the other screen, I have 1 pail and 2 of those commode chairs. I will now click Finish Request. I'm requesting it for myself. It's being shipped to and billed to my location at Apollo. This was a routine order, which is defined as a catalog item that is not a capital asset. We will now create the order request. And because of certain approval and budget flows and budget rules that are in effect, this item was auto-ordered. And what that means is the PO was automatically sent out to the vendor. Here is the order request number that was generated from that request I just made. And here is the PO number that was generated for that request since it was approved. Okay. That order was approved. It was sent out to the vendor. Now I must receive the goods. So I clicked on that button. I'm going to click on receive right there. And this will always default to receive quantity of what I asked for. So in the event you only received one, when you ordered two, be sure to indicate that on quantity received. Receiving reference number. That's going to be the number that's on the packing slip that comes with the goods. For the sake of this demonstration, I'm going to type in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I will process the items. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have successfully navigated the vendor catalog, added an item to the order request, processed the order request. The PO has been delivered to the vendor, and we've received the items. And as you saw, all the GL coding was done on the front end in the shopping cart. It is very important to make sure the GL coding is accurate for items in your shopping cart. Failure to do so may result in orders being denied or being sent back down to you afterwards. Now we will show you how to do an off catalog order request. We will click the button that says off catalog. As you can see below, recently used vendors, it shows a vendor I recently created a purchase with. For the sake of this demo, I will click available vendors, go. Click the magnifying glass. Going to type in Bassware. That's the vendor I want to use. Click apply. Close the search box. Select vendor by choosing the box there. We'll put a check mark in it for you, denoting that it was selected. Click select. That'll populate the vendor up here. All right, now each item that has an asterisk needs to be filled out. Failure to do so will result in the system prompting you to complete it before finishing it. We will now click process after I've added the item I wanted to. We will add that to the shopping cart. Uh-oh, there's some other items in here. That'll be a different order type. I will need to delete or move them to another shopping cart. For this demonstration, I will simply delete them, remove them from my shopping cart, as your shopping cart can only be one department and one order type. All right, the GL code, department code, location, it's all been verified. I click Finish Request. Order type, going to be a non-routine because it's an off catalog. And we will create the order request. That shows you who it needs to go to for approval. Since there's a 1 next to all three of these individuals' names, either one of them can approve it and we'll go on.